On Thursday this week, the Department of Environment and Conservation officials spent 2 days in villages adjacent to the Ramu-Nico Basamuk refinery site to communicate the important findings of the deep-sea tailings placement. The team, comprising Dr. Lemos Pangum, mining advisor with the DEC, and Gabriel Luluaki, were accompanied by Ramu-Nico health, safety and environment officers, as well as an observer team from the Madang provincial government. The awareness at Mindre and Ganglao villages conforms to a national court order whereby the state and the developer would conduct awareness on the DSTP on a quarterly basis to inform the villagers and stakeholders on the operation. Such environmental disasters are very critical to Papua New Guineans. A similar incident in 2012 happened at Basamuk, where sulfuric acid spilled into the sea, and many then had criticized the actions of mining and petroleum companies on social media. In 2014, another environmental incident occurred where slurry from the refinery overflowed into the river, which discolored the seawater and was visible for over 2 days. The environment aside, this isn't the first sort of controversy to surround the mine and the Basamuk area. In 2016, a conference was held between the Ramu-Nico's mines management and the mine's National Workers' Union executives, and eventuated at the Madang Provincial Government Office. The conference was to allow for a memorandum of agreement to be reached between the national workers and the mines management, following their stop work strike a month earlier to have Chinese nationals repatriated. That conference, however, held against another spillage that occurred along the Igirua area of the Usino Bundi LLG in Madang, the slurry spilling onto the vegetation in that area. And more recently, earlier this year, landowners from Basamuk had also called for a review to the benefits to landowners. The mining minister at present is yet to respond to a petition delivered to his office, a petition that calls for road development and other landowner benefits before a Chinese-funded expansion of the mine happens. Earlier this year, former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill had assured the Madang provincial government that the national government would not sign a new Ramu-Nico agreement unless it reviewed to better suit the landowners, province and the state. Mr. O'Neill then had said if the company wanted to expand, they had to renegotiate the benefits. In August, Rai Coast MP Peter Sapia called for the closure of the Ramu-Nico mine. His comments following a recent spillage from the mine's slurry tanks at Basamuk as well. In response, Environment, Conservation and Climate Change Minister Jeffrey Kama gave an assurance that the incident was being investigated and assessed by officials from his office as well as the mining department, with a report to be made available. Minister Kama also adding that if necessary, the mine would be closed. That would, however, depend on reports compiled by scientists currently assessing the situation on ground.
Quality samples of the marine waters and any possible threat to marine organism including physiochemical CISO areas were assessed and recorded. Samples were taken and they have been dispatched to Brisbane, Australia for analysis, and results will be made known in a detailed investigation report.
Environmental experts responsible for assessing the Ramu-Nico mine spillage in Madang Province have described the first report as alarming and shocking. The results from the samples proved high contamination levels with heavy metals found in all samples. On Thursday last week, landowners at Basamuk met with the National Planning Minister and Madang Governor Peter Yama, airing their grievances over the lack of developments in the district despite having a mine in their area. An LLG president in the area said when mining operations started, they had expected to see developments in their communities. This, however, has not happened. Mr. Yama assuring that he would not sign a new agreement with the company unless the agreement was changed to capture the needs of his people. While there is yet more assessments to be done, Madang Governor Peter Yama is preparing to sue the Chinese company for environmental damage and non-payment of benefits.
And everybody has already filed. We are willing to file cases outside of Papua New Guinea and within Papua New Guinea. And we will go foreclose for the mine, and we will fight for this case.
The shocking results from the assessments is alarming, according to the governor himself, who stated that the team of experts will be supported to complete the assessment and appropriate action will be taken against the Chinese company.
All the heavy metals that we found in the samples and in the river water, in the beach water, in the drinking water, in the taro, in the plants, in the coconut, in the fish, in the crab, show the range of the activities of Ramu nickel without any discussion. So there is an evidence that Ramu nickel is not managing in a proper manner the waste that they create in the factory. That's a fact.
Ramu nickel, meanwhile, is yet to present their environmental report to the Madang provincial government. The Ramu nickel mine is a $2.1 billion project, which is an estimated 7 billion kina, and is largely owned by the Metallurgical Corporation of China, or MCC. Former National Planning Minister Richard Maru said it is unacceptable that the resources are being depleted without developments being done for the people. And he'd said he'd support the Prime Minister's stance, stating that the Ramu nickel agreement that expired in 2018 must not be extended unless it meets the landowner and state expectations.